How was it hearing your song on the radio for the first time?
Oh, it makes me really sentimental. It was
Did you cry?
very...
Did you cry?
I cried. Yeah, I cried.
I cry when I hear my friends on the radio for the firt time. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nous sommes sur le front porch. We traveled to Quebec again today.
We did, to chat with recent 604 Music signing Allison Daniels.
Yeah, it was really great to I mean, she's obviously been doing her thing for a while, but it's the first time we've been introduced to her, and it's always fun to talk to brand new artists.
Yeah, when you know nothing about them, it's like, okay, the world is our oyster. What are we going to talk about? She's currently at radio with her single We Both Know. She has a whole album hopefully coming out this year. And she was on La Voix!
This is La Voix!
We had a really great time getting to know Allison, clearly.
Yeah.
We hope you will too.
Yeah, here's our chat with Allison Daniels.
We are hanging out on the Francais porch this morning.
Nous sommes sur la porch.
Good morning, Allison Daniels. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Oh,
Great.
No complaints. No complaints. It's beautiful and sunny here. What about you?
Yeah, it's really sunny, and it's warmer than usual, so it's cool.
Where are you based? Where are you based out of?
So I'm based in Quebec City.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Quebec City.
Yeah, you've been there before?
Oh, many times. I'm from Ottawa, and I've spent a lot of time in Quebec. I grew up in French school. I'm mostly bilingual. So I've spent a lot of time in Quebec, and I love Quebec,
so
and especially Quebec City.
Oh wow! My favorite place it's the old Quebec.
Ah, moi aussi.
Yeah, so we can talk in French now.
We can. We'll just leave Jenna out of it.
You can talk, and I'll guess. I only went to French school until grade 2.
Okay.
And then where I moved, we didn't have French school anymore, and they didn't teach us French until grade 6. So in grade 6, I was learning the stuff I already had known from kindergarten again.
She's not French. I actually got taken out of the French program because my English was too bad when I was a kid. Oh. So when I went into grade 9 or 10, they were like, you need to be able to speak English because you live in Ontario. So maybe let's take you out of the French program.
Okay.
Like, I had a French accent when I was a kid. My parents don't speak French. I used to think in French. It's very interesting.
And now do you think in English or in French?
I think in English. Like, I've unfortunately lost a bit of my French. Like, it takes me a minute to get back into it. Probably about 2 minutes of struggle talking. And then I'm back into it like that after a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me when I talk in English. Sometimes it's hard when I start to speak in English, and when I spend like 5 days like in Vancouver, I'm better. I tried.
Yeah.
We were actually talking with Matt Lang recently too. Do you know Matt Lang?
Yeah, I know him.
He was like he's like gives himself such a hard time for working on his English because he wants to be better at it, and we were like, we didn't have any trouble.
Yeah.
No, it was great.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I know that he worked really hard on his English, and now he's really good.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're here to talk about you. So you came across my desk, my Instagram, that is, with your first single through 604 Records, which congratulations on the record deal.
Thanks.
And then like less than a month later, you were back on my Instagram because you're currently the iHeart Future Star. So people are hearing your single across the country.
It's crazy.
Every day.
That's
so
huge.
Cool. What a
Congrats.
whirlwind. Yeah. But that wasn't where that's just the tip of the iceberg. You were on La Voix.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't you tell us about you?
Yeah.
How you got into music, all of that good stuff. Give the people a little intro to Allison Daniels.
Yeah, sure. So I started singing when I was about 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And I started taking singing classes with my sister because I was too shy to go to
she went with you?
Yeah. And yeah, so I started singing with my sister. And after that, my sister stopped taking singing classes, but I continue.
Yeah.
And after that, I did some singing contests when I was younger. I remember one summer I did like 11 contests in one summer, and yeah, it was crazy. And it was there that I really gained a lot of experiences, and I discovered my style by doing some singing contests and looking for song on the internet for the best song to do on a singing contest, and it's by this way that I discovered my style, so country. And yeah, I really felt in love with country music, and it's weird because none of my friend and either my family was listening to country music at that time. And it just felt really natural for me, and it felt like it was really fun for me to sing this style. So I just continued to do country. And after that, I went to Cégep here in Quebec. It's called like that. I was in electric guitar, not in singing like department, just like in guitar. And between that, so I started writing songs when I was 12. It's really like it was really a way to express myself too. And so after that, after the Cégep, I did a lot of shows with my band at that time. So it was really country, but it was rock too. Sometimes it was pop, but country was always there, you know.
Yeah.
And after that, in 2020, I did the Voix, the La Voix in French. So it was very crazy experience. I made it to the quarterfinal. It was really a fun experience for me. And in 2015, we go back. So in 2015, I sang with Keith Urban on the Plaine d'Abraham. Yeah, it was insane. It was like a dream come true, really. And so it was for his during his tour in 2015. It was Ripcord at that time, and he at every place he went to his tour. So he made a singing contest so fans could sign up for this contest. And I signed up for this contest here in Quebec. And I made it to the finals. And after that, the team of Keith Urban team called me and said, "Hey, Allison, you're the winner of the singing contest. So do you want to go on the Plaine d'Abraham?" I said,
you said, "I don't think so. I'm busy."
Yeah, I said that. It was crazy. So, and he's such a wonderful person. Keith Urban is such a warm person and really grounded person. Yeah, it was crazy. And after that, so it was in 2020. I did the Voice, and after that it was the COVID, but I just keep writing songs, and I sent my song to 604, and Jonathan called me and said, "Well, I really like your songs. We should talk." And it was like that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Going back to La Voix, I think it's so interesting that I've said this before on this podcast, but the Quebec entertainment and media
beast.
Yeah, like industry is its own beast. Like people are like there's shows like La Voix and other big shows in Quebec that the rest of Canada might not even know about, which I think is insane to me.
Yeah, I know.
So what was that experience of The Voice like?
For me, it was really a great experience. For some people, I know a lot of my friends didn't really like the experience because after the Voice, you have to make your way through the business, even though you've made it to the finals, or even though you win the contest. It's like you have to be really you have to really be perseverant after the show. So some people do not realize that, but I was aware of that. So for me, it was a great experience, and all the team was so cool, and I made some friends there. Until that day, I keep in touch with them. So yeah, for me, it was really a great experience. And even though it was the COVID, I think in a sort of way, people was more close because of the COVID. It's weird, but yeah. Well, so it was a great experience.
Yeah, it would have been a unique experience that others wouldn't have to, like, it would just be a little different than everybody else, right? So you'd have something a little bit different. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you learn anything interesting about yourself when you were on The Voice?
So, learning about myself, I didn't know that I could support a lot of stress at the same time. So COVID was there. I couldn't touch like the musician that I could not go like too near of them. So so it was a stress and the stress of a live. I never did that before, of a live performance in front of whole Quebec. So it was very stressful, but I made it, and I didn't know that about me, and I knew that I could do more things like that, if that makes sense.
So, with like the Voice, was that your first time performing in front of people?
No, it was not the first time that I was performing in front of people, but it was the first time that it was live, you know, on TV, on TV in front of million people.
Did you have expectations? Like, I'll be excited if I make it this far. I'm not going to be let down if I don't make it to the quarterfinals or whatever that was. Did you kind of keep that in your head so you weren't, like, you were proud of yourself no matter how far you made it, kind of a thing?
Yeah, I really kept that in my head, and I was really like trained for that show, because I knew, you know, it's a show, and they want to have a good show. So but I was really very happy to made it to the quarterfinal.
And all of those singing competitions and all of the, probably you can't win everyone. I'm sure when you, like, that would have prepared you. You know?
Yeah, really. So I lose a lot of contests when I was younger. At first, it was tough, but you know,
learn resilience.
Yeah.
You get used to it. It just makes you want to be better, right?
Yeah. This is where I learned, I think, to be perseverant.
Yeah.
You mentioned that when you were younger, you were really shy, to the point that your sister had to come to your voice lessons with you.
Was she a good singer? That wasn't your question.
That wasn't my question, no.
Is your sister a good singer too?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she really is. Yeah, she's good.
So the first time that you did get onto a stage, was that really scary?
Yeah, it was really scary. And you know what? The guitarist that was with me at that time, I didn't know him, but he I don't know where he picked that guitarist, but like he played it like very wrong all the way long, and it was like people knew that it was him and not me, and it was not a great experience. I cried in the I cried backstage, and my mother said, because I had another show after this one, so we did 2 like representation of my songs. So she said to me, if you don't go back to the stage, you will never go back in your life. So I think she was right. So I took my So for the other representation of that song, I called my grandfather and not godfather, and he played with me with that song, and now it was beautiful.
Oh, what an experience.
How, like, so do you still get nervous, and like how do you deal with that shyness or that stage fright?
I don't know. It's like when I am on stage, it's like I'm a different person. It's like I'm myself, and it's really natural for me to be there. It's just a way to express myself when I'm on stage, and it's really I think it's really good for me. It's and I don't know why it's like that, but I think it's just my passion and a way to express myself. So it's I think it's that.
When did you think your career was going to be as a musician? When did you realize, like, I'm going to do this and this is going to be my job?
Since I took some singing classes with my sister. Yeah.
I was it was the only thing. It was the option.
Yeah, it was a little dream inside of me, and like I didn't say it to anyone, but as I kept singing, people was like, "Oh, I think you should do that," and I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe."
You're like, obviously, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really great. How has your sister and her like doing singing lessons with you? How has she been supportive, like up to now as you've had this career in music and you're just signing your record deal and getting music on the radio? Is she like your number one fan?
Yeah, she is. Like she's really. So I have two sisters, and they are really, really big fans, and they are really supportives. And my sister, she's really creative. She's a dancer. She's really more into dance than into singing. So she really understands what I want to do that,
Yeah.
And she can be your background dancer.
Yeah, of course.
Very cute. Okay, so it's like the creative piece is like very much part of your whole family then.
Yeah. My father, he's a musician. He was a drummer when he was younger. He used to play in bars and festivals with my godfather. And he had a blues band, and my godfather used to play on the radio. And he so there's some influences from blues and rock in that appears into my music.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yep. Do you like, what are your like earliest memories of your family getting together and just like jamming and singing and doing all that stuff?
So I remember when I was younger, I wanted to see my father and my godfather do like a rehearsal in the basement of my basement home. And I asked to my mother if I can see them, even though it was school, like yesterday, tomorrow. And so she let me, and it was very special for me because I remember like sleeping on the couch while they were practicing. A very cute moment, and it was blues music really. It's in my blood too, like country. Yeah.
Is your mom musically inclined too, or is she more the supporter?
Yeah, she's a way more supporter.
Yeah. So your singing voice you did not get it from your mom? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, not from my mom, but yeah, I think it's from my father. Yeah.
Is your other sister into creative dance or music too, or just the two of you?
No. So my other sister, she's really more into. She really helps me with my career. She's really good to managing. Yeah, she's really good at it.
Side.
Yeah, she's really into business. She helps some big company to know what to do, and she's really good at it. And yeah, she's really impressive.
Aw, that's really great. It's a whole family adventure.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
it
really
really
cute.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so you very passively said about passing your music around and getting a call from 604. Did you ever, like, when you were sending your music out to people, were you sitting there like, is anybody going to answer this email? Are they actually going to listen? Like, how did you, because it's a very brave thing to do, but you
Hmm.
have to do it if you want people to notice you, right? So, how was that?
So I at first I wanted to do it like by myself and be
Yeah.
really an independent artist, but uh, realized really fast that it was really difficult to do all that. It's really like you have to think a lot of things, and it's really hard. And most of all too, because I'm a French person, so it's difficult for me to be in contact with people, you know.
Yes.
So in I'm lucky. I'm a little bit lucky on that because I just sent my song to 604 and like three others label, and two of that three respond to me. So I was like,
That's good
oh
odds. Yeah.
yeah, wow, okay, so let's talk.
Yeah, yeah. And so you found your home at 604 and your record deal was announced just last month or the month before. So like it's a pretty new thing. So how has that been being able to partner with a team and finding the right people to support your career?
So we announced it like 1 or 2 months ago, but I am with 604 for one years ago.
Yeah.
So we wrote an whole album together, and at first sight when I meet Jonathan, so the one of the owner of 604, he was really it's just the vibe that, you know, he didn't have to talk much, and I knew that his vision was right with me, and the way he perceived music was the right things for me in term of musical
Yeah.
thing, you know.
Yeah. Were you nervous because like this is your passion and this is what you've been wanting to do forever? Were you a little bit nervous to be able to hand over a little bit of the control to a team of people? Or were you like, I'm ready to do this?
No, I was really ready to do
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been writing songs since I'm 12 years old, and it was like of course it was a little bit you don't you're not 100% sure of what you're doing, but you just guess. But I had a really good feeling on that team, and I was really confident that everything will be all right.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
great. Yeah. All of the things have kind of like fallen into place over the years for you. It feels like it. Like you knew when you were so young that this is what I want to do, but also like this sounds woohoo, but like the universe is also like these things need to happen for her to make it
Yeah.
possible, right? That's so great.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like everything was planned for me.
Yeah, it's like
And
meant to be. It's really great.
yeah, yeah.
How has it been being in Quebec City? The response to the English side and to the country music part of your career, has it been like a really warm welcome, or has there been some struggles there?
So I think like for different. So there's a lot of people who like English music, and there's a lot of people who like French music, and I think it's just a taste, you know. So people follow me for my music, but there's a lot of people too who are way more into French music. So it just it's just what you want to hear, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like in your Instagram posts you always do English and French.
Yeah,
I really like that.
yeah, it's really important for me because I have a lot of my family, or there's a lot of fans who doesn't really understand the English. So it's really important for me to do that. And, it's where I come from. It's my first.
It's who you are.
Yeah, it's part of me. So it's really important for me.
And radio's always been a part of, like, the goal for musicians, right? Like, I want people to hear my music on the radio. So, like, cool, right?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like an achievement of all those years that you were working on your music. It's now, it's a checkpoint. It's really a surreal thing.
Yeah. So you have the iHeartRadio Future Star and the Stingray trending track, which is really cool to get 2 of them.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, so you've done all these radio interviews, I assume now, and, like, are you getting to know all the people in the radio world?
Yeah, and we did a little, and we did I did a show in front of the radio people so they can hear my songs, and it was really a great experience to meet all those people who worked on radio, and to put faces on on the radio, and you realize, like, of course you knew that human were but
it's different when you finally get to see them, right? It's different. That's who you are. Yeah, totally. And so you've put out 2 singles so far. How was it getting putting your first song out? Was that just another one of those checkpoints, like, I did it, we're here?
Yeah, it was another checkpoint, and I was really ready. I was really ready for that, and I've been working so hard on, like, doing what I am, because I used to write songs that was not really me, and I didn't really know who I was as an artist. But now at that age, I'm 29, and now I really know what I want, and I really know who I am as an artist. So it was really great for me to release a song at that time, because I really know who I am. So yeah, it was like another checkpoint on my list, and it feels good that I released a song now that I know who I am,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Think of all the music you would have put out and been like, that's not me, if you had done it earlier, right? It's like the perfect timing. Again, back to, like, everything falling into line. So do you have more music coming this year?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sure if you've been writing an album for a year, I'm sure you're, like, itching to get it all out, but everything goes with time. So,
and it's funny because at first sight it was an EP, and now that it was an EP, and Jonathan and my team said, "Wow, it's really good. I think we should do an album." So there's an album ready to go for 2024. Yes. And I can't wait to show you. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it.
So exciting.
Yeah. It's so exciting.
Have you been able to play a lot of your music out and about? Have you been playing live?
Not yet, but I can't wait to play it live. Yeah, I can't wait to. So I have one show that is announced on August and in Malbé. And the other show that I have, they will be announced yet, but yeah, you can see all that on my Facebook, Instagram, or on my website. Yeah.
It'll be so exciting to get out on the road and share new music and get to know new people too, right? So
yeah.
And find some new fans.
Yes, really, I can't wait to be connected with my fans and to share things with my fans and to share my music, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Well, Allison, we're coming to the end of our conversation here. Unfortunately, the time has gone by so fast.
Yeah.
But we're very excited to see you. You know what's coming next for you, and to hopefully see a show.
Yeah, hopefully you're in the area.
When you're in Toronto, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait to announce that.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a pleasure too. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to another episode of On the Porch with Front Porch Music. We're so lucky to be able to chat with artists and make episodes like this one. If you like the podcast, remember to rate and review us, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. It's the easiest way to support the show. Remember to check out frontporchmusic.ca to keep up with new music releases, exclusive artist interviews, and more. We'll catch you again on The Porch in a couple of weeks. On The Porch is hosted by Logan Miller and Jenna Weiser, and produced and edited by Jason Saunders. That's me. Our theme song was written, produced, and performed by Owen Wrigley.